We do not deserve the X-Men. The longer X-Men 97 went, the longer I thought, holy crap, what did we do to deserve such a brilliant, captivating, masterful extravaganza that represents everything to love about comic book adaptations? Animation does not get the respect it deserves. And it is shows like X-Men 97 that put a stop to the narrative that live action is the purest and highest form of entertainment. X-Men 97 made X-Men cool again. It has been a rough couple of years for animation. Hollywood has been beating us over the head that animation is a medium not to be enjoyed as an adult. Only a child can enjoy it. With rare gems like Invincible and Arcane getting the spotlight. Even so, shows like Invincible often get shafted when it comes to proper support compared to shows like The Boys. WB have canned full films like the sequel to the Scoob movie, which was basically entirely done. The latest is the Coyote vs. Acme, which is again scrapped for a tax write-off. They even sold the upcoming Batman show by Bruce Timm to Amazon. Entire generations of TV are getting removed from streaming services, so it's just shit, man. Animation is a medium I adore so much that my entire channel has slowly been taken over to the point where I basically only cover animated shows, movies, and anime now. Speaking of which, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Thanks. So here comes X-Men 97. From a studio that gives their animation teams nothing. Like really, when was the last time Marvel really cooked with their animation department? Honestly, when you think of Marvel animation, you think of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Spectacular Spider-Man, hell, you might even dabble in a little Wolverine and the X-Men or Evolution, or those animated movies from the late 2000s. Seriously, there is so much to pick from when looking back at the 90s and 2000s. When Disney announced this show, X-Men 97 for me, it was okay guys, you can't do anything X-Men related until post 2025 when the Fox contracts expire, and you want a nostalgia bait for a few years until you can cash in on a soft reboot after Secret Wars. I get it. I thought the show was going to be a cheap cash grab going, do you remember Wolverine? Do you remember the Phoenix Saga? Wow. But no. Instead, it goes, so this show finished in the 90s. We're just going to pick right back up and continue adapting these long-running golden X-Men runs from the late 90s. Just showing who these guys really are. Cyclops, a character everyone knows to be a little whiny bitch. Like honestly, Boy Scout in the way of Logan. That's all he is, right? No. The opening episode showcase, he is one cool dude. The slogan.
To me, my X-Men.
I have no memory of this at all. Like I did know that was a catchphrase. Lately, like the past decade or more, it's been Avengers Assemble or Autobots roll out or nothing. But man, hearing "to me, my X-Men" awoke something within me. I am, and I think so many of the people watching this video, especially after that finale, are now fully dedicated for life X-Men fans. The live action movies have always only ever covered but a fraction of what the X-Men stories of the comics have always been. I've never felt like the live action movies portrayed this large family of mutants truly right. The MCU has no hope in my opinion. X-Men 97 achieves this on a scale that I can't even comprehend. Episode by episode, by the finale, the ensemble cast is so large, and yet every member has their role. They all have highlights and play pivotal parts in emotional beats landing. We touch on how Cyclops is now cool, sweet, but you also have Beast, Rogue, Wolverine, Jean, and Storm. My god, Storm. She was so damn cool this season. Finally, the goddess gets her time to shine in the skies, showcasing her true potential. Nightcrawler, and oh my boy, my poor boy Gambit. Oh my god, Genosha. How heartbreaking. There are far too many characters and moments just to stop and gush about. There's just so many that I'm missing so much. But I have to mention the man of the hour or season, Magneto. The live action Magnetos have been cool, but this version feels like everything I have ever wanted from him. First off, he comes in and just takes over the X-Men, drops some of the most politically charged and interesting bars I have heard in a good while, and then serves for the rest of the show. Honestly, how is the MCU meant to capture this feeling in the new movies? The writing and the heart all around. It captures everything. Look how the MCU has taken simple characters like the Hulk and messed them up.
Damn.
Or Thor, and I'm sitting here meant to believe that they're going to get the complex political nature of Charles and Eric's hate for each other and their love on screen correctly, and how their views differ and affect the world. The same Marvel that is a centrist on everything, funded by the US military. How does a show like X-Men 97 even get made? Moving on to Mr. Sinister and Bastion. They were sick. There isn't much to say other than I knew nothing really going in, and they delivered some intense and scary moments exceptionally. Their plans directly tied to the fears and dreams of the X-Men. In 10 episodes, this show handles so much on its plate, yet it all just fits in easily. Now to strictly talk the finale and stuff. Wow. Something that will certainly be over TikTok and Twitter just is the cameos. So I want to get ahead and just say this.
You need to shut the fuck up!
When you have 10 bangers in a row, setting up and paying off arcs perfectly like this show does, you earn the right to jingle some keys. Honestly. And it's not even like these cameos were egregious too. Every time it makes sense. This is a living, breathing world full of heroes doing different things. And what do we see? We see the more accepted heroes like Iron Man and Cap talking directly to the president, seeking to find a resolution that didn't involve blowing up the X-Men. Spider-Man a few episodes ago reacting to the power outage caused by Eric. We saw Daredevil, Black Panther, Peter and MJ, and Flash Thompson all living in this world, reacting to the events of the story we are seeing. Hell, even Doctor Strange made an appearance. It provided weight to the situation. They aren't involved, yet are being dragged into their mess. None of these cameos stole the thunder when it comes to the emotional beats. Cable saying goodbye to his parents. Charles and Magneto inside of Eric's mind, rebuilding it from within. Just layers upon layers of praise here. And we haven't even touched on the animation. Wolverine doing a helicopter takedown while falling out of the sky. Scott Summers in the earlier episodes. Rogue in the rain. At all times, this show is just serving in its art direction. All the character designs, locations, they pop. Then there is the overall look and feel of the show. We were fearful of the direction they were going in with the 2D mixed with some CGI thrown in. We thought it was going to be a mess, but I can safely say they cooked hard. The retro feel works while also having the benefits of modern tech. The lighting is always striking and on point. Many moments laid the foundations to be iconic and remembered in the future. The bar on X-Men adaptations for putting these characters on screen has been set. Invincible. Take notes. This is how it should look. To feel like a high-budget 2D animated show. Sick of all of these other shows taking half the time to animate and looking this stunning while Invincible just looks okay at times. The final moments set up Apocalypse and so much more for season 2, and I'm absolutely here for it. I know so very little of the upcoming arc, so now we wait for them to just cook behind the scenes. This show is absolutely set up to be one of the very best in the superhero genre, period. For the MCU, you just need to nail this team is more than just Logan. I've only mentioned him a few times in this entire video, yet there is still so much to love about him within these 10 episodes. And another thing for Marvel Animation, the lesson here to learn is not that people want their nostalgia fix and just to start greenlighting projects from the 90s and 2000s. It's how they took a show that worked in the 90s and continued to adapt the comics within that original show's world faithfully, while also modernizing it where it needed to be. Please learn the right lessons from this. And please continue to fund this team, as it really is the only thing coming out of Marvel and DC that is producing anything remotely good in animation. Bar my Adventures with Superman, I forgot to add that to the script. Now, what do you think of X-Men 97? What is a Marvel show you want to see them bring back? In the comments down below, let's get to talking on what exactly and how. For me, it's honestly gotta be Spectacular Spider-Man. 2 seasons were not enough, and I need more of it. Other than that, I just have to thank our patrons. In the top mate tier, we have Nick. In the great mate tier, we have Colin and CJ. And for the good mate tier, we have Jadu Sable. If seeing your name here at the end of videos or hearing your name being called out, along with other great perks interests you, please make sure to follow the link in the description down below. Anyways, thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on, and I will see you guys next time.